Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. What a amazing session we're going to have today. And I'm sure everyone is going to realize it over the next one hour. Challenges, difficulties, this person has it in his breakfast. Okay. We we feel our difficulties are paramount, are the most, right? But let's hear it from this person, how he's made a difference to his life, how he's made a difference to lives around of people around him. He's had challenges and difficulties for breakfast every day. When I had an interaction for the first time with this person, with this guy Ashutosh, I was actually astonished. I would not say anything less than that. I was actually astonished listening to his story, difficulties he's been through. Still, the zeal, the effort, the energy, day in and day out, remains unparalleled. Unparalleled. Any of us might just come out and say that we've achieved so much in life, but hear it out from Ashutosh today. And you know it from my energy today. I have never heard such a story. I have never seen such a person who has overcome challenges, who has seen difficulty every day in his life, comes from a very difficult situation, difficult scenario. But then how do you excel? How do you succeed is what we need to learn from him. Obviously, as we go along, we'll understand, we'll ask him questions. What's so special about this? But today's session, today's knowledge, understanding of what life is actually, how do we overcome challenges, we are going to listen from Mr. Goel. I welcome all the students today. I welcome Ashutosh with a big beer hug. We love you. Before you start speaking, I am inspired by you, Ashutosh, and I've been telling this to the complete Hitbullseye team. Obviously, they've been interacting with you. I interacted at a very later stage with you. But ever since I've interacted with you, my understanding and the way I see life is simply different. It's simply different. Over to you. I'll not take much of the time here because the limelight is all on you. Over to you. Give us a little introduction. Tell us something about yourself, and then speak your heart out. I'll request all the students who are listening to us to feel free in asking questions on the YouTube channel. I am subsequently going to open it up and put across those questions for Ashutosh. Over to you, Ashutosh.
Thank you, sir, for introducing me, and hello, everyone. I'm very much honored that I got this opportunity from Hitbullseye to introduce myself. So, as sir already tell that my name is Ashutosh Goel. Currently, I am in the 4th semester of my MA in Development Studies from Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. So, basically, what this extraordinary thing is in me is that I am 100% blind, and I come from a family in which my father is also blind. My mother is suffering from orthopedic disability, and my younger sister is suffering from reading and slow learning disability. So get from them. I have been here. The journey started from I can say it from my bachelor's only, when I was exposed to the management field by joining different organization and the clubs which are in the societies. Before that, I was in extracurricular activities, but I was just participating in the quiz and the stuff. Regarding my disability, I can say that it's disability which is age-related disability. So age-related disability, that if I was growing up and my eyesight usually reduces, and at a time it ends. For the current situation, the medical science has no solution for it, because this disability has a problem that it creates a black spot in the optic nerve, which passes the light to the brain. I have consulted to many doctors, to many eye surgeons, and to many government hospitals, but uh, a positive response come that it's the cure will come short, but uh, like I'm so with that positive response, I cannot just hold my life and then just be on the chair that okay, when I will get my eyes, then I will again go for study. So I have done my bachelor's in commerce from DAV College, Chandigarh. After that, due to my family concerns as well as my learned knowledge, and I was not equipped with technologies, I pursued masters in economics from the DAV College as well. And then in 2020, we all know that pandemic hit, and the cause of pandemic that the effect of pandemic that we all have to sit on in our home in a confined four wall space with a PC. But a different challenge with me was that I was not able to use laptops and that uh, Android devices which I can use right now, because in my area the assistive technologies awareness was not there at all. And it goes on, and I cleared my M economics with the A grade division with multiple challenges of COVID. The first challenge in COVID I faced is to find a scribe. So scribe is a major challenge which I always faced while giving any examination, whether it is competitive or whether it is a academic exam. So in academic exam, we also have to follow the UGC criteria. So the UGC criteria says that if I am a student of master, only I'm only allowed with the student of who is just have bachelor's. So I have to think about that also. And in COVID time, when there no one was allowed to move out of home, then also our exams are conducted, and then no one is coming, but still I have to arrange scribe. I have to sometimes give them extra for their convenience, or I have to give them a treat over that time. And financial crunches are always there uh, at our space. No doubt in my family, my uncle is really very supportive that he used to help us a lot. And my father is enough capable that even being without eyes, he is running his business and is at the top most level in his field where he is right now with with an experience of 23 to 24 years. So my first inspiration goes from him only, that okay, eyes is not just a matter, it's the will which we can go. And then after, while pursuing my master's economics, I was explored to the developments as a subject, and I explored development through many fields. That, and then I consulted my friend who is like a right hand to me. Without him, I think I'm not possible to able to survive in this academics, because in certain times we used to take help from many, and we all are dependent on each other. But if he doesn't come at that time when I require him, I think I'm not here at this point and talking with you all. So that credit goes to him. And after that, when I the first challenge when I filled the TISSNET form, and then when I entered the TISSNET center, okay, so the scribe I took, they just not allowed him to sit with me because of their objections, because they were thinking that this is overqualified or I am hiding something, without any document verification, without any verification. They are just saying that you can't give the paper. So I
आशुतोष जी
was
किसमें हुआ था, कौन सा पेपर था? Sorry, I missed it.
sir, it was TISSNET 2021.
Okay, okay. So they did not let you take the scribe which you thought you would take in the exam.
Yes, sir. So I was in the center. I was sitting at my in front of the computer PC.
तो
And
उन्होंने क्या
sir,
बिल्कुल आपको एक डिफरेंट स्क्राइब दी थी जिसको आप नहीं जानते थे बिल्कुल भी?
yes, sir. But sir, like for the first time, they refused to give me that I can't give the paper, and they were saying that you can go home. But at that time, if I just accepted that and I went home, that then I think I will. So I fight over there. Fight in that sense, not in hand fight, but with my rights, with the law, awareness fights. And then they give me a person who was in the supervision of the candidates. So that person doesn't know properly how to read English, how to pronounce the comprehensions, and how to go with the flow. And the basic part is that in the math section, when uh, we are taking with Scribe, then we are practicing it for like couple of months, so that we when we go over there we can solve the question. But it was a new Scribe, it was a great challenge for me, but I didn't let it down. I gave my paper, I gave all the score, and I qualified it. I qualified development studies cutoff in first, and then at the time of interview, after that I don't feel any challenge during the interview process, and everything. The faculties was nice. Our dean, Professor Ashwini Kumar, our liaison officer for disability, Professor Sandhya Rani, and Gopinath sir, who is our program coordinator. They were very nice. I was sitting in front of them, and they were saying, चाय ले आओ, पानी कॉफी ले आओ, आराम से बैठो, क्या है इतना स्ट्रेस लेने की जरूरत नहीं. एंड आई वाज, मेरे मन में ये चल रहा था कि सर इंटरव्यू चल रहा है, मैं इतना फॉर्मली ड्रेस्ड हुआ हूँ, मुझे लगा था कि वो मुझसे क्वेश्चन स्ट्रेट अवे करेंगे, क्योंकि एक प्रेस्टिजियस यूनिवर्सिटी में जा रहा हूँ, लेकिन ये तो बहुत चिल होके बैठे हैं. तो उन्होंने सबसे पहले मेरी नर्वसनेस दूर करी उस टाइम पे. फिर उन्होंने इंटरव्यू शुरू किया, एंड देन व्हेन दे स्टार्टेड द इंटरव्यू, आई मुझे पता ही नहीं लगा मैं कब इंटरव्यू दे रहा हूँ कि बात कर रहा हूँ. एंड उसके बाद एंड देन आफ्टर इंटरव्यू गेट ओवर, आई वाज वेटिंग फॉर द रिजल्ट. एंड देन when result came, I was very happy, my family was very happy, but still we were having some doubts. And because see, I am blind, so I going to another state is a little concern. But again, COVID second wave hit, and then I used to give 1 year of my development studies in an online mode, where in first to 2 months I struggled a lot with the technology, the work they gave, the research, and the research and the readings I have to read. It's long readings, and I have to sit with my mom, and then she used to read. Sometimes I have to also purchase a special software for reading. But in this present time, though the technology is going from AI to machine learning to deep learning, but in case of accessibility, the softwares are not so much accessible that they can read everything. They can read only those things which are designed to be read. If there is some, if I can say a person with eyesight is reading a paper and there are some graphs, the person can easily understand that what is it, and through graph it is. But I have to really go and touch the graphs, and then understand it in a very diverse way. So this challenges came. After that, I talked to my faculties about the readings, and then in the library, from our library, which is MK Tata Center for Visually Impaired, Mr. Chandrakant sent us a software, NVDA. I never heard about NVDA before that of my life. The NVDA is non-visual desktop access, which is an open source software for persons with visually impaired. I tried it, and then the major challenge is, okay, I downloaded software is working, but now how to use it? Okay, so this challenge come. But I just I searched a couple of times that, okay, in Chandigarh where I can get the classes, or where I can do. But due to COVID also, and these due to these certain limitations also for lockdowns and all, so though no classes were running, and in Chandigarh these accessible technologies are not available at all. But still I learned that time on my own. I used to wake up in night at 3 a.m. till 3 a.m. from 9 a.m. and used to just put my hand on the keyboard and use the technology that, okay, if this I do, this happens, if this I do, this happens. And in this case, my previous laptop also was not working well. So then it was to happen, and my brother wedding was also going ahead, and I was also facing many health challenges, that I was having very much a huge headache, and my body parts shake a lot. But at that time we used to think that, okay, I'm not going outside and I'm not having any physical exercise, so it is doing that. And if I travel by a car, I used to say that please keep the car speed at 20, I can't travel it more. people used to think that, okay, my father also used to think that I was not able, that I don't go out of home. That's why. But I realized at that time, and I accept his point also over there. But suddenly in March, I got a fit attack, and I was discussing an assignment in my group with my fellow mates at that time, and I was admitted. So then it is found that in my right side of the brain, a 7 centimeter tumor clot was there, and it was operated on an urgent basis. So, and like if you can see a mark is over there,
yes, we can see that
yeah,
mark.
yeah.
तो ये
So
अचानक से एक दिन फिट आया और the myth got cleared कि ये actually सब कुछ ट्यूमर के कारण हो रहा है, right?
yes, sir.
So what was your first reaction? आपको hospital में ही पता चला and that suddenly happened, right?
Sir, it suddenly happened, and actually when I got fits attack, and then it was like evening 6 to 7 p.m. I was shifted to hospital, and then around 11 p.m. with my support of my uncle, urgent MRI was done, and then after that 2 to 3 days, my surgery was done. So I'm not having that time knowledge what happened, because I was on anesthesia for. And when I was operated, it was like tumor has covered half part of my brain, and still my one more surgery is to be pending in PGI, which is a radiation based surgery. So it is the current situation of my mental health. And after fits attack, I was also like, I was operation went for 9 to 10 hours as per my mother, which who was sitting outside, and my father who was standing outside for saving my life, because it's an open brain surgery, and anything can happen. And according to this, and after this surgery, I also lost my sense to smell. I don't have now sense to sight as well as sense to smell. So this is the post-surgery effect, and I was paralyzed for almost from March to June, mid June, and I recovered it to rigorous physiotherapy. I have to do physiotherapy daily, and I have to eat very healthy substances juice. I know that our financial conditions are not well also that time, but we have to do it. As well as my second semester was also going on in TISS for development studies. Everyone, my from dean to my professors, everyone told me to defer your semester. It just first take care of your health, and then you can join after 1 year. But it was in my mind that no, like if I defer it now, my 1 year will be waste, and I don't want that my 1 year will waste due to this surgery only. In the mode of paralysis only, with help of my mother and my friends and my father and my family, I gave the exams and I cleared it. And I scored 7.7 GPA in my second semester, and I was in the top 3 students of my class. So this happened, and then okay, there was post surgery effects, like my whole chin was getting focal seizures. I was admitted 5 times again after my surgery also in the hospitals. So, and then TSS suddenly opens, everything went offline. So when offline notice came, I was very happy that at least I want to go. But my father concern, which I accept as a father, is very well, I acknowledge him, but my passion and my willing to learn has made him convince, and made my problem solved, that I am here right now, and I have covered my third semester, and where my other students have got back in some papers, I have cleared it with all the good and had stopped in my class. Where the technology was not reading all the readings, because if as we get in an offline mode, so we also get in a paperback mode for the readings. But our school was so helpful that they allotted a particular ma'am for me to read, who will read all my materials. And she also not, the ma'am sacrifice, that she sacrificed her public holiday, even her birthday also. She used to sit with me and read, sometimes in Google Meet form, but sometimes we used to sit personally according to the time. If like we are sitting in night, then we used to be on Google Meet, and if we are in morning, then we are in an in-person mode. And then I cleared this, and now into the fourth semester where I'm currently pursuing. So this is the basic overall journey in TISS with my medical conditions, and I'm still facing my medical problems sometimes, that I got some, I don't say it as a seizure, but some kind of little vibration for a few times I went to my doctor who operated me also for this, said that it's post surgery effects, that it will come. I should maintain, I should continue with my medicines only. That's it for now. That's I'm at. And if anyone has any questions regarding TISS, I will be happy to solve that.
Well, that's it's how should I put it? It's very, I can understand it's very challenging to be Ashutosh Goyal. But Ashutosh, how do you cope up? Is what I really want to understand. It's what we really want to understand. So what motivates you? With all the challenges that you face, what motivates you? How do you get that motivation every day? Because I'm sure that all the students who are listening to us also, we actually lose our motivation because of the materialistic pleasures which we seek in life. With that being out for you, how do you actually motivate yourself?
So, sir, regarding this, as a human, I also get demotivated many of times. I also demotivate many of times, and I used to think that why I'm studying after these challenges also when I face some difficulties. But I can't name any single person as my motivation, because there are multiple persons who are in the list, and they have played their role at their point. So according to this criteria, if hierarchy, I will go first with my grandfather. My grandfather, why I get motivation, because he used to work hard and live and handling a family where all the persons are with disability. He is the only one person who is fit and can drive car. So first one is that how to manage time and how to handle the situations is the first thing. Then the second thing is not to give up. And third thing, that he was really very punctual, that if someone calls him 12:30, he will be there by 12. And that habit also goes in me, that if someone calls me at 12:30, I will go at 12 and wait for 30 minutes. But no one can say that I should be late. So this motivates. And the journey my grandfather has in his past, when my grandfather was in Mullapur, Sangrur, Ludhiana, and our family faced terrorist attacks of 1984. Letters were coming to home regarding that they will pick my father and kidnap my grandfather. Was also kidnapped once time by the Khalistanis, and then they were released, but still their attitude of to be that, okay, the past has gone. Okay, they have been like many of time they went for a very much
So what I
financial
can
crunch
actually
that they
make out is that the complete family, including you, and you've inculcated that from your family, that the positivity and what lies ahead. Challenges will be a part of life, and what lies ahead is where the focus needs to be on, and that's what has been imbibed inside you, within you, by your family. So kudos to all to those parents, to those family members who've imbibed that in you, right, Ashutosh? I hope
yes,
I've been able to summarize it in the right way.
Yes, sir. But can I say just
Yes,
one
yes,
more?
please,
Yeah.
yes.
So, and I remembered this because last year in July, my grandfather died. So, in honor of him, I just want to tribute that I'm the only person in my family who has went for a double masters, and it was his goal. He used to say that if I'd done my master's in economics, he used to say that if you do MA in economics, he will change the nameplate and will plate it as Om Prakash Goyal's grandfather of Ashutosh Goyal, and then there will be in bracket MA economics. So a proud moment that if I have done a master, it will give so much happiness to my grandfather.
So I'll actually like to take a leaf out of what you said just now, that how many of the people listening to you actually feel that they can make a change to their family. While we expect a lot from our parents, a father, mother, we expect a lot from them. How many of you can actually put your chest out, feel proud that, they will say that they are your parents? So very, very rightly put by Ashutosh. Great, Ashutosh. Kudos to you. Can't continue. Sorry, I just spoke. It's very heartening to listen what you just said. No one has, 99.99% of the people don't have this approach. So that's very important. This positive approach is really, really kudos to you. Right? Yes, please carry on. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, yeah, so regarding motivation, as I discussed about my grandfather, then all the family members has played their role, irrespective at what time they are required. My father and how to cope up with my life. When I get demotivated more, I used to call my mom and then I used to say, that see, I'm not able to do this. Then she used to, just scold me like I'm just a 5-year child. And then I used to think, okay, now I'm motivated. I will solve this problem and will tell her that, okay, it's solved. Second, the motivation, except our family, I can contribute it from eagle, a bird, king of birds. Okay, so when I was listening to of a story of an eagle, that how eagle lives a span of 80 years life. So in between, my professor was saying that when eagle turns to 40 years, the wings are very heavy because of the hair. His the nose from which he used to do is very sharpened and uh, uh, is not that we could say that sharp that they can just clear it. Their fingers are molded and they are not able to do it. But how an eagle used to only hit himself only. He used to hurt himself and just tears his wings on his own from his nose, and then fly on mountain and scratches his fingers or nails to get sharpened, and then give his peak to the mountain so that it can again grow, and then he again fly above the clouds as a king, above the clouds as a king. So it's regarding motivation, these are the major memories which I always used to think and I motivate myself.
Very nice, very nice. So Ashutosh, I would also request that tell us something about life at TISS. So we've understood the background. Tell us something. What happens in TISS? How did you prepare for TISS? And something related to TISS. Yes.
So yeah, so sir, regarding this, how I prepared is that I prepared it through social media, YouTube, basically. So as I already told that I have financial crunches. No doubt in my academics, when it comes to my studies, my father used to arrange money anyhow they can, but still I used to prepare it prepare it through YouTube, and then I gave it and cleared it.
What would be your suggestion for the students who want to go through TISS? Because TISS is now lined up. What is your suggestion to students who preparing for TISS?
The students who are preparing TISS should for the entrance.
किस चीज पे focus करना चाहिए?
Sir, the main focus for the TISSNET is the GK part. Maths and the English they can carry on with equally with them, but GK is the most important. And the few pet questions with TISSNET always ask about the Nobel Prize winners and in which area they get the Nobel Prize. Every year, this is a pet question which TISSNET is asked. And there are exceptions also that sometimes the question also changes some questions, but according when from 2021 to 2022, where I saw the pattern is that one question was almost same, that pick the odd one out, where they have given name of 4 persons and that 3 were painters and 1 were not. So in GK, they must focus on statics, Indian history, especially Indian history, dates, not into that much deep that they can, but Yeah, as I told, exceptions are there. In 2022, they asked about the INS slogan, and that too in their native at that time language, but they have given the English description. So it was a you can say a question which is not possible for everyone. So there are questions, and in maths they could focus more on the basic logical reasoning, circles, the directions, and the solving probabilities with uh, some of the data interpretation, because TISSNET in 2022 has announced has given tables while they're given while during the paper, and in English for the comprehension uh, used to I will say that please don't go out of comprehension. If it's a comprehension which is covered from a news also, suppose a comprehension which is covered from a recent controversy of Adani Enterprises, then please don't go from the comprehension outside from comprehension. Just go within comprehension, and if it is written in comprehension that Adani is right, you should mark it that Adani is right. You should not go with the with your mindset and the current affairs in that questions. And then after that, like English is very much comes from easy to moderate, the grammatical mistakes, then you have to fill up the blanks and jumble words. So yeah, but on GK stat,
Jumbles.
yeah,
Yeah.
but in the case of GK, static GK plus current affairs, you must be strong with. Like if TISSNET is
So
going in February.
what would you, obviously, what would you suggest how to improve current affairs? Basically, reading about the topics that you've said.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So tell us, so how is this different? How is what happens in a day in TISS? Tell us something about that.
Sir, in TISS, every day is a very unique day, okay, apart from academics. A
First of all, do you think TISS is making a lot of change to your life, the way you approach life?
Oh, yes, sir, surely. I will give credit to TISS also, because after coming to TISS, they have helped me a lot. They give me a reader. I able to clear my third semester. I got an exposure to the assistive technologies, due to which now I have upskilled myself from basic to intermediate level of computer training, which is a maximum computer level training for the persons with visual impaired. They give the exposure for the placements, and they give a surety of placement. Like I'm having the pre-placement offer for 12 LPA right now in my hands because of development studies, and it's go according to college. And if according to other school, the placements varies. My friends who are from from School of Health, they are having placements, pre-placements of 21 lakhs per annum. And my one of the friend who is blind from HRLM, she's also placed with Accentures, but I don't know the package. But yeah, this gives this guarantee, which makes it different from other social sciences institute. That's this is about.
Right. Very nice. So what's your ideal day at TISS? What do you do? What time do you wake up? How does it start? From a general perspective, if not from your own perspective, what time do you wake up? What do you do in a day? Are the different students from different specializations? Do you interact with all of them? How does it happen? Tell us something about that.
Okay. So, sir, regarding this, a day when from morning 7 a.m. and it goes up to you that at which time you will sleep, because this is live. The libraries are open till 6 a.m. in the morning, and it is just closed for 3 hours. So the students can get much exposure.
Where are you speaking from currently? Is that the computer room or the library?
Sir, it's MK Tata Center for Visually Impaired. It's a library spot which is specially made for persons with visual impairment.
Okay. So tell us, so you start, what time do you wake up? What time are your classes? What happens in your classes? And what happens after the classes?
Okay, so sir, like the first semester will be very difficult if I go from the perspective of the development studies only. The classes will start from 9 a.m. and will end at 6 p.m. But after that, in between classes, we used to get breaks. We can interact with the faculties. We can mail them, And if we approach the faculty that the problem we are facing, then the faculty and the student can sit together and solve many of the problems. So it's the day which usual TISS is having in academics. And after that, after the classes, we can have a walk in the path over in the campus, and then we used to interact with many different school students, and then and then the hostels also, the staff also. So like in this, just if you are from development in any school, you cannot be confined into one particular space. You have to interact. So why I'm saying you have to interact, because in first semester there is one course named as foundational course, which is a compulsory course. So in foundational course, all the 53 schools which TISS is having, the students have to attend. So you have to listen about their perspectives. You can know about them. The different schools faculties will come with their different specializations, and they will tell you about the foundations of social sciences. And in the second semester, you have to go for CBCS. CBCS is credit based choice subject, and you have to take it. You have to take 2 subjects from it, where you can interact with multiple schools. Like the schools offer, like HRLM school offers many subjects, development studies offers many subjects, school of social work offers many subjects. So when you go over there in CBCS, you can learn about their school, their faculty, how they work, how the students over there when you interact goes. And moreover, the assignments part is that they sometimes give individual assignments, but most of the times it is group assignments. So in a group assignments, they train about you for the group projects, the group presentations, and how can you coordinate. So it's mainly they give many exposure to other school, and they just don't want that our students should confine to this school only.
Right. So, I like to summarize what you've just said, that, and I totally believe in it. See, from now on, from after having completed graduation, getting into post graduation, and then subsequently completing and getting into corporate life, most of the learning happens from the peer group. One selects a good B school or a good college primarily because the learning from the group is tremendous. The group brings its own inputs, and that's how everyone grows, and that's how it happens in the corporate life as well. So when you will experience it, I'm sure you'll also feel the same, that interaction with people is teaching us more, and that is what helps us grow in our aptitude. Do you think it makes sense right now that interacting with a specific set of people, if it's good or bad, it takes you a long way, right, Ashutosh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Ashutosh, tell us that how should one prepare from the group discussion for TISS? So we discussed about written examination, we discussed life at TISS. Tell us, how should one prepare for group discussion? Maybe you can tell us what happened in personal interview. What you can tell us what happened in your interview, and how should on an average what happens with other students, and how should one prepare? Over to you.
So, sir, regarding group discussions, TISS doesn't take group discussions. After TISSNET,
yeah, sorry, that was my mistake. Yeah, personal interviews and all. Yes.
After TISSNET, yeah. So they will be conducting OPI, online personal interview, in which they will give you first an extempore on which you have to speak, and then they will start with the interview process. So as per my panel, I already said that my panel was, आप चाय मंगा लीजिए, आप कॉफी मंगा लीजिए, आप बैठिए आराम से, क्या इतना वो है, टेंशन है, इंटरव्यू ही तो है. एंड सर बहुत मतलब चिल होके, मतलब एकदम ऐसे कि बच्चे को नर्वस फील हो रहा हो तो उसको बिल्कुल ही ऐसे स्टेज में ले आए कि हाँ ठीक है चलो कोई नहीं है, तो अपने दोस्त जैसे ही लग रहे हैं, तो वो ऐसी स्टेज में लाके कर देते हैं. बट इट डिपेंड्स फ्रॉम फैकल्टी टू फैकल्टी एंड पैनल टू पैनल ऑल्सो. सो तो इसको लाइक प्लीज डोंट टेक इट इन अ वेरी सीरियस में, कि अगर आपके साथ कुछ बहुत वो पैनल में हुआ क्वेश्चन में, so like they should not get that okay the panel and the faculty. So it depends very much on the faculty also who is conducting the interview over there. And then उनका ये रहता है. And after that in PI they take a very like not a very long and excessive PI. They just take a PI for like for me it was hardly 9 minutes PI. But before that they have make me stopped in the waiting room for 2 hours. So I can
Acha.
say it as a 2 hours 9 minutes interview.
So that would have obviously built up the nervousness. 2 घंटे आप खुद अपने कुछ और ही सोच रहे होते हो, all kinds of thoughts coming in your mind, waiting for 2 hours for a interview. Obviously, that builds up the stress.
Yes.
So what about others? Did you interact with your fellow students who got through TISS? How was their interview?
Yeah. So, sir, I interacted with many of I'm having a good circle of friendship in TISS, as I'm also representing the persons with disability for Mumbai campus in the cultural as well as literary events. So I take accessible audits of where the events are there. I advise them that no, not they. The event should be done in this way. The management should be done in this way, and the volunteers should. So while interacting with them, I come up that it really depends on the panel. Sometimes panel is very good. Sometimes panel make you in a stress. So you can say it as a stress interview. They will just want to check your stress. They don't want interested in your knowledge. That if you have clear TISSNET, they will they are not interested in your knowledge as such. They will just give you. They will make you so much discomfort that now it's your turn that how you will turn up the stress to them, that they are having any questions or not. And yeah, so basically, and regarding other things, the faculties of every schools are very much supportive, very much very much caring. They give their personal numbers also and email IDs also for the interactions if the student wants. But again, it depends to faculty. There are some exceptions in everywhere, that I can say that everywhere there are some exceptions that the faculty is not good, or the faculty, it depends again. So yes,
that's okay, because some people are comfortable with certain faculties, some people are comfortable with certain other faculties. That's obviously a part and parcel of the teaching and the student life. So great. So where do you see yourself now, after TISS is my next question. So we graduating from studying at TISS to now, where do you see yourself after TISS? What are TISS students doing? If not, you don't want to answer for your particular self, but on an average, what a TISS student ends up doing is what we want to understand.
Yes. So, sir, basically, if I tell about myself, I'm currently 24 years old. So, and when I was discussing it with my father, he was saying that you can still study for 2 years. He used to say that how much time you want to study, you can. I will arrange the funds. And then, due to my health conditions, also, I was thinking that and my management interest, I gave CAT 2022. And now I'm preparing for the interviews for IIM Calcutta, Lucknow, Indore, FMS, and CAP. So basically, and I'm also having a pre-placement offer from from company where I have done internship. This is the current situation for me, and I'm sitting in placements where in some placements the company's attitude is like, it's particularly for me, because they don't have such technology or resources that they can accommodate me. So I can't participate in that processes also. But some companies are very good. They just remove that step and they just call me directly for the personal interview, and then it's going on. But if I say about average student in TISS, all of them, if a student is sitting in placements, whether from school placement, whether from center placement, they will surely get placed anyhow, no matter what the package they will get. And obviously the package now is the student's capability, but they will surely get placed. And if a student is not sitting in placement, and then if he's not, then that person is not placed. And then if the placement ratio goes down, then but that's not the fault of university.
Yeah, obviously. So the person opted out, definitely. How would that be a part of the university? Yes. But tell me, what is the composition of the batch? is that what I really want to understand now with you,
Okay.
throwing light on this. What's the
Okay.
composition of the batch? What's the kind of background which the students have for these different courses?
Okay.
Educational background.
So sir, our development studies batch started with a batch of 50 students, and now we are a batch of only 38. And in this, mainly there are engineers who came. Engineers are having a good ratio. There are students from economics background, students from sociology, students from psychology background, and
What about commerce? What about commerce?
uh, so students are from their commerce, but there are very few, like one or two, but we
Okay.
can't. So yeah,
So
so
did
they are.
educational background play a vital role in getting selected at tests? What do you think?
Uh,
Or was this just an aberration?
Sir, I don't think, no. It's like, from me, no. The educational qualification don't play a role in the selection of your TSS. If it is the criteria, then in my class I don't have 16 engineers, especially computer science engineering and mechanical and all, and especially a person who
Why do you think
and
those 16 people got selected? What's the special thing that they have? If you can,
sir,
if you would want to answer that
yeah,
question, if you don't want to,
yeah.
it's up to you. Yes.
No, sir, I will. So I will quote my friend. I was talking with him, and he was saying that I got selected because I want to work in the development field. So in the interview, if the panel is satisfied that you are meant for their field, whether it is School of Social Work, whether it is a field of development, whether it is field of HRLM, then you can go it. Then you are through. But if they're not satisfied, that you are not satisfied, you are just coming because you have invested 4 years of bachelor's, and you are not now you have just a person who can crack exams and then only come to and get
The,
and
the
just.
future path, the reason of
Yeah.
pursuing a particular course needs to be very, very clear in the mind of the student.
Yes, sir.
Is what
Clarity
you
of
want to say.
thoughts.
Yes.
Clarity in thoughts is the main.
So have these people also done? Have they done something to prove that they're interested in this field? Have they done something in the past?
Sir, everyone has done something, like if I say about TISS, 90% of the students came here are trying civil services. So they can, after engineering, they get used to that. I have done. I was preparing for civil services, and then I'm now interested more into the development subject. So they come, and in other also these are the same conditions for School of Social Work. But yeah, so they have something like in project or internship, because in an engineering also they have used to select some electives which are related to management or economics or this development fields. So
Yeah,
social
very
work
nice. So
fields.
conviction needs to be there. You need to convince the panel as well that it's just not about pursuing another degree. You need to convince the panel that your interests lie in this field and that you are ready to pursue this field for the next 10, 20, 30 years, whatever you want to.
Yes.
So Ashutosh, let's start compiling. Tell what's your guidance for our students who are listening to us. 5 minutes there before I compile. What do you want to tell them about life, about this? If you feel we missed something, please, over to you.
So, sir, in case of guidance, see, I'm not that capable that I can guide anyone,
No, that's
because
okay. What do
I
you
don't.
feel that maybe what you missed, which they should not, whatever you think? Yes.
Yeah. So I think I'm missing the part of the. I'm missing a part about the this life, nightlife, basically.
Oh,
In
very
this,
nice.
yeah. So basically, youngsters used to enjoy nightlife. So in this, if you walk at 3 a.m. also, you can find anyone who is walking, and you can find many people over there. They are sitting and just have a discussions. In library, as I told, library is open till 6 a.m. So students used to come up with their group, meet here, and design the projects and their presentations, and the field work. Field work is also a very important part of TISS, which gives you a great observational and analytical skills, which are good for which are more required for today's corporate world. Because if I suppose say about HRLM, so in HRLM also you have to do a dissertation for 6 credits. So in that also they train about you qualitative and quantitative methodology from which you can observe. So a good HR is maybe a person who knows how their employees are working, what they require, and what to do further, so that optimum utilization of resources can be done, and a value maximization for all the stakeholders is to be uh, uh, expected.
So what about, what about partying at TISS? How does that happen? Or it's only about studies?
No,
Now you're on a lighter note. You're not, I
it's
was
not.
like, when you're talking about 3 a.m., you're going to talk about parties as well. So,
It's
tell us
not about
something there,
studying.
because many of the students will get motivated with that.
It's not about studying. There are a lot of parties, New Year parties, Christmas parties, cultural fest. Every committee is doing, on every single day, or you can say a alternative day, a program is there in TISS. So there can be maybe a dance competition, or there can be some quiz competition. There are many parties hosted in this. Freshers party, obviously every school senior, they used to give freshers party, and at a good scale. I will tell at a good scale they will enjoy
Right.
the parties. We also considered, like in some institute, non-veg is not allowed to be
Okay.
cooked, but in TISS it's not a challenge. Non-veg is allowed in parties also. In
Right.
parties also non-veg is given, and the students who are from Punjab and who eat non-veg will like that. Okay, in
You
that
cannot say that
university,
about Punjabis, I must tell you. Everyone does. So there are
yeah,
many vegetarians, there are many people
yeah,
who have, non-vegetarian. That's so you
yeah,
cannot say Punjabis, I'm a
yeah.
Punjabi. Yes.
Like so many, like from north, so it's limited persons I used to interact from north. Basically, the Kerala, the Keralite has a good stake in the ratio of student enrollment. So we used to say that every day, Keralite functions, and if any festival, every festival is celebrated uh, with a
Great
loud,
flower. Yes.
yeah, with a loud burst. And the most unique thing, we have students union election this time, and our president is a gender neutral president, which is the first time happening event in the history of TSS. And the second thing, TSS has allowed hostels for the first year students on a need base. Otherwise, in first year, TSS do not give hostels, and they will give hostels to second years only. But now on the need base, that if a person with disability, they will get, if someone income is less, they will get. They used to give a proof that we need hostel for the our expenses, so we can't sustain outside. So it's first time the changing. And 10 rooms for gender neutral hospitals. 10 rooms are created for gender neutral persons. It's a great achievement that TSS is going after pandemic.
Right. So 2 minutes to conclude. What will you like to say? To conclude the session, then I'll conclude it. Yes.
So, sir, to conclude that, uh, don't just give excuses every time that, okay, I don't have this, how I will manage. I don't have this, how I will do. I will go ahead. Just buckle up your socks. Go ahead on the field. Go for the alternatives. You can find alternative. Talk to your parents. Talk to your family. Uh, Talk to your friends, and you will be throughout. Your dedication should be in your mind always. Once you think that you have not, you are sitting in TISSNET paper and you think that you have given your 100%, no matter what result comes, you are good. But you should try your 100%. Don't be, very choosy. Or don't, guilt should not come into your heart that, okay, I have not tried. If I have done this, I could be improved. give your full 100%.
So if I'll tell everyone, if this does not inspire you, nothing else will in life. Life was never a bed of roses, but we need to understand from Ashutosh's story that he has overcome challenges. He's overcoming challenges every day and progressing in his life. That's what is life. That is what we need to understand. If we get disturbed by any small occurrence around us, then Ashutosh would not have been where he is. It's not about, and for many of the students listening here, it's not about those small disturbances. Please keep them aside. Your goal is paramount. Go out there, one life, achieve your goal. Accept that there'll be difficulties in your life. You'll fall many times before you get up. In Ashutosh's case, obviously, there were things which were not in control. But in many of our lives, there are many things which are in control. I would really like to thank Ashutosh for throwing light on how did he prepare for TISS, what is life at TISS, what happens after TISS. And as much as I wish all my students the very best, I wholeheartedly, with a beer hug, I wish Ashutosh the very, very best for life ahead, for future ahead, and may he keep inspiring people around him. And the thousands of views that are going to be subsequently there on the YouTube channel for this video, that may he keep inspiring, and may all these people, Ashutosh, the best thing which I've seen in this video is everyone saying, keep shining, keep it up, shine like a star, keep going, dear, God bless, keep it up, keep growing, keep shining, keep growing, very good work, keep it up. So everyone's so inspired by your story. Just keep inspiring people. We get a lot of positive energy because of it in life. Right, Ashutosh? So all the best to you. All the best to all the students who are listening. Till our next BBKP session. Logging off here. Right? Take care, everyone. Bye, Ashutosh. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.